Hello everybody, welcome to Good Turn Daily, all you woodworkers, wood turners, crafts people, people that like to see wood turning, get some ideas. This week I was relatively uninspired. I've actually been working on some things with painting. After last week doing the lace dish, I've been working on the water drop thing and failing miserably. And today, with Stacy's help from Stacy Makes, and from Wayne the Wood Turner, guys, thanks so much for your help. My first attempt came out pretty bad. Second attempt came out awesome. So maybe I'll throw some of those things on Instagram and on Facebook and show you how they came out. So anyway, I had a piece of wood that I decided that I have a Google Home Mini, and I was going to see if I could put the Google Home Mini inside this piece of wood. Well, it was just barely big enough, and by the time that I rounded it out, it just wasn't. So I gave up on that. But I have another piece that I know is going to be just perfect, and that will probably be the next video. So anyway, I had nothing in mind with this, and I thought, okay, well, maybe I'll turn a box or just a small bowl or, something. As for species of wood, couldn't tell you. Little sanding sealer on there, and then some shellac. And then flip it around, and one thing you'll notice is I ended up breaking off a screw. That was a lot of fun. So I tried digging it out, and I eventually did, but it was a pain in the butt. Looking around to see if I could find my vice grips, my vice grips. Finally found them. And it took a little chiseling and a little chiseling and a little chiseling, and until finally you'll see that I break out the drill and start drilling around it. But I try to get a channel on each side just so that I could grip it with the vice grips, and that still didn't do it. Anyway, I finally got it and moved on. It's right about this point. I tried measuring with the Google Home Mini, and it just wasn't wide enough. So it turned into a box. It's amazing what happens when you have sharp tools. I was a little worried. I put a recess right in the middle of it, and I didn't want to go through that and have that go out, but I gave it just perfect amount of space, so it came out good. Little sanding sealer and a whole bunch of shellac. So this next piece came from the exact same board. And it really is amazing how much of a difference just, 4 inches makes with coloring. This is going to be the top, and the top pretty much ended up being a different color. It's really kind of odd. I mean, in the end you'll see that I kind of spin it around a little bit and trying to match up the chatoyance, but just never really did. So one thing that was really kind of odd is I ended up getting this lip first try. That never happens. That was a freak if that happened. Just had to make it just a little bit deeper. Not sure if this is maple. I really don't know what kind of wood it is. Oh, yeah, and I had another screw break off on this lid too. So I ended up having to dig that out, but I just edited out the trial and error of trying to get that thing out. One thing I did learn is that if you're going to use a drill, go as shallow as you can, because otherwise you're going to have some holes that are too deep, and then you're not going to have the look that you want. You're going to have to get rid of those holes. So with this, I'm just kind of messing around, trying to figure out what kind of a shape I want, and I'm thinking, yeah, that might be kind of cool. Had to find a finial for it. So then I'm looking at the shape. I just have a major design change, and you'll see what I go to. Kind of looks like a Mexican hat there. There's the design change. Now I'm going to turn it into a UFO. I thought that looked better anyway because you could actually see the grain of the wood. Little sanding sealer. And then a little shellac. And this is a little feed and wax that I put over the shellac because I want a little bit more shine. And time to put on the finial. And the finial is, let's see, what was that? I believe it was cedar. Yeah, it was cedar. So not too shabby all in all for just kind of a quick project. But you can see the top part is a little different, but kind of changes in the light. You know, if you match up the chatoyance, then it looks pretty good. But anyway, thanks for watching. Do a good turn daily,